All right, telling it like it is, a League Five preview. My apologies to technical difficulties. Couldn't get Coach Jimmy Jordan on. Suffolk County League Five preview. Chris Roubaix and Gordon Thomas had previous engagements, so they couldn't make it. So I'll have to go this one without them. Again, sorry to Coach Jordan. He gave a yeoman's effort to try to get on, but this is something we want to do for Suffolk County basketball. Just try to do league preview. So we sent out questionnaires to all the coaches with some questions about personnel and highlights in school history and things of that nature. And we got back a couple of responses from League Five, but so we'll work with those. But League Five this year is a very interesting league. We have an 8-team league. We have Islip, Sayville, East Hampton, Harbor Fields, Hills West, Amityville, Kings Park, and Rocky Point. So it's a league that I'm familiar with. I've been in League Five a bunch of times myself, and I've been in all those gyms. So first, we'll just touch a little bit about the thing that impresses me most about League Five. There's no nights off in League Five. Every team is pretty competitive. Jamie always gets his kids to play as hard as anybody over at Islip. They do a fantastic job of that, and it's always a tough game with Islip. It's kids play hard, they're physical. You go over to Sayville, it's a similar situation, and they've had a lot of success in recent years. And Joe Hawkler is whose son was an excellent player there, is back to be the head coach. So that's going to be fun to see. Good man. East Hampton, Coach White, always a tough gym to play in when you go out there. Sometimes very tough to get a call out there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the air, but I'm going to say it anyway. Harbor Fields got Glenn Levy over there doing a great job. All his little zone intricacies. And then, of course, we have Hills West. Kyle Madden's back in the fold. So it's good to see Kyle on the bench. So, again, always a really tough foe. And then, of course, like I said before, we have Coach Roubaix with Kings Park there. Obviously, we're familiar with, but obviously back for another great season, I'm sure. Jimmy Jordan at Rocky Point. It's funny, he was not on here tonight, but I was going to ask him about the 1990 NCAA tournament game where he beat my Seawolves, but I'll have to have him tell you another time. But it still bothers me, that game, but that's all right. He was the point guard against us. And then, of course, we have Amityville with Coach Thomas, who's done a great job over there. So the league is going to be very fun. But so first, I'm going to start with, I guess I'll talk about the three schools I was talking about that really, filled out the surveys for us and things of that nature. Obviously, at some of these schools, it's very difficult to ask for a Mount Rushmore players. Very tough. Gordon Thomas is 50 in Amityville. He's got already a large total of wins at 86 wins. And obviously, when you talk about Amityville is like the Pittsburgh Steelers of Suffolk County. There's only been very few coaches over the years, and they've all been very successful. Coach Williams, Coach Agostino, and now Coach Thomas. So they're like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't go through change a lot, and that's probably one of the excellent reasons that their administration approaches it with. You need consistency, and I think that's probably helps their success as well. So obviously, when they list their Mount Rushmore players, got a ton to choose from, and it means I'm getting old because I've seen all these guys. So Sheldon Jones, I remember very well. Great player. Loved watching him in college as well. Mike James, Jason Frazier, AJ Price, Tristan Smith, and Josh Serrano. I mean, so many great players. I mean, got guys like Billy Kretz, Eugene Nottingham, and just other players too. Just so many good players over there at Amityville, and obviously a very tough place to play in the playoffs. So it's not an easy place to win. Ton of state titles, obviously, and ton of county championships, obviously. But they've had some great runs over there over the years. So you can make your own choice, but I definitely think Sheldon Jones and Mike James are two of on my list if I had to pick. But so many great players over there. That's really on someone out, but just so many great players. Greatest win for Gordon at that school is when he beat Hills East in 2018 and Brentwood in 2020 for the overall Suffolk County championship. That's obviously a proud moment. Overall Suffolk County title, not easy to get. And your returning starters you have. He's got Elijah coming back. He's an all-league player. DJ Sinclair and Christian Smiley. Excellent players coming back. And like I said, Amityville's always a tough place to play. It's going to be another good season for the Warriors over there. Last year, they were League 5 champs during regular season and made it to the was a different playoff structure last year, as you all know. But up-and-coming new players on the varsity. We got Justin Thornton, Seville Williams, Eric Sanders, Shai Lucas, Ulrich Saria, Joshua Fig Stalling, and Nicholas Brown. So sounds like the Warriors will have some good depth. And looking to be very competitive and try to be champions again is Gordon's outlook. Best teams in the league with the biggest games that Gordon highlighted. Obviously, highlighted the games with Kings Park and Hills West. Obviously, it'll be tough opponents. But like I said, thinking about League 5 is an 18 league. But again, a lot of depth in the league, and that's always an exciting thing. Non-league schedule, they go and play St. Joe's by the Sea. They're going to play the Knox School and Wyandanch. So those are 3 excellent games to keep an eye out for. If you get a chance to go by and check those out, they would definitely be worth checking out and definitely be something fun to look at. So Amityville obviously looking to have another strong season coming back for us. If you go and you look at Rocky Point, Coach Jordan there. Coach Jordan's been there 21 years. That's incredible. This will be number 22. His 4 best players, one of them is going to be my JV coach this year, so I'm happy that he listed them on here. We got Charles Cobb, Omar Jean-Louis, Keith Leverock, and Harry Lynch, obviously, are his 4 best players he's had while he's been there. His greatest win's a victory over Mill Place in 2003, where Keith Leverock scored his 1,000th point and they made the playoffs for the first time at that time in over 20 seasons, which Jimmy always has his guys competitive with his different 1-3-1-2-3 zone schemes and things of that nature. And returning players for this year, Ryan Smith is an all-league player from last year, Mike Nofi and AJ Walker. And I tell you, that JV team won the Summer League. They were the best team in the Summer League by far, and they had some good talent on that team. So I'm sure good things ahead for Rocky Point. But again, very tough league they're in. So it's going to be a battle every night. The COVID season for everybody is a little bit of a mess. I always like to ask people about that COVID season, and it's definitely the weirdest season we'll ever coach. Hopefully, we don't have to go through that again. But Jimmy's team was competitive that year, obviously. Up and coming players will contribute. Zach Bernard, 11th grade, is a forward. Liam Conlon, 10th grade center. I like Liam. I've seen him play. And Tyler Fertig is a guard in 11th grade. So again, some tough players. And again, tough league. No nights off. He feels quite positive about the season despite losing a starting point guard to a football injury. Tough league. He believes he could be a playoff team, and so that's the expectations that Jimmy always has for himself and his players. Talk about the league. FL Hills West and Kings Park will be teams at the top of the league. And Amityville, of course, is always a real challenge, as Jimmy says, and he's 100% right about that. So League 5 is chock full of goodies this year. Talking about the non-league schedule, he's playing rival games at Mount Sinai and Tip-Off Tournament and Shore and Wading River over the Christmas break. We're also playing Jimmy too over at Esports South Manor. We always try to play. It's right up the road. It's like a 68 battles, even though they're not really off exit 68. But obviously, tough league. Like I said, no nights off. And the A's this year, I had someone ask me about the A's today. A couple of people in the last week or two, because basketball's getting close. And I said, I've never seen the A's this deep. I feel like there's 4 or 5, really good teams that are all excellent. And I feel like there's some other teams like my squad there who's could definitely rise up and shock somebody too. So there's good teams there that I think can rise up and get somebody on any given night. So it's going to be like that. We have Chris Roubaix, has been at Kings Park for 8 years. He's my assistant there for 2 of those years. So I want to thank him for that. He's got 118 wins there already. He didn't answer the total Mount Rushmore one either. 1,000-point scorers. He listed them all. There's a bunch. Justin Simon, who's assistant coach at Yale, you'll know him. Jack Garsight, who broke the record last year, is now playing University of Rochester. Mike Smith is the JUCO, New York State JUCO Player of the Year. Wound up playing New York Tech. Mike was a great player. And of course, you have Nick Cerisi, who played at Union, and Mike Chrissy, who was as tough as nails, played at CW Post and St. Joseph's, and Paul Cooper, who I had in CYO in his freshman year. He was a 1,000-point scorer as well. Some other players he mentioned, 2 guys that helped us win a Long Island title. John Coop, Mike McSloy. John Coop made All Long Island. Both of them made All Long Island, actually, first team or second team. So, the outlook for Kings Park during the year, obviously, is it's going to be big. Greatest win at the school. I'll tell you, when Coach Roubaix in 2018, I believe, they had a great playoff game with Bayport. Still one of the best high school games I've seen in a long time. The Northport Huntington 6 overtime game, and then obviously the game John McCaffrey was talking about the other night with him and Brentwood in the playoffs in I want to say 2008. And also the game, like I was just mentioned, I think it was 2018. It was Bayport and Kings Park just had a great overtime game and a playoff game, and just well played game, quality game. Sometimes you get sloppy games that go for a long time, but this was just a really wonderfully well played game. Both teams just played their asses off, and I just felt like I didn't want the game to end. It was just fun to watch. Tough shot making, good plays all around. Just a really fun game to go. I never forget that game. That was a big win, and it was fun to watch that. Any lettering returners for the season for Kings Park? Obviously, John Borkowski, brother of Nick Borkowski, who I coached. Really tough kid. Improved his handle and shot. One of the top guards in the league. It's also the quarterback, and they're still playing. So good luck to them on Friday night. Matt Garside is the brother of Jack. Very good player as a junior. Rookie of the year in the conference last year. Best shooter on the team, and one of the best shooters in Suffolk County. Scores at all three levels. High basketball IQ. Right. Also a golfer. Did not know that. Andrew Plate, 6'4" senior. Started 5 spot last year. True foreman. Added muscle. Could score inside. Well-rounded athlete. Also a lacrosse player. It's a very large lacrosse player. And then AJ Petratus. I had his brother Glenn Petratus. A great family. Started part of last season. Plays the 5-man, but he can also pop out and shoot. And obviously he's hit the weight room a lot. Has guard skills. Mismatch problem inside and out. The COVID season, they lost in the finals to Hills West in a league 7-1, great season. But like I said, just a fantastic season. The outlook for the season, obviously, they expect good things over there. Again, great place to play. So they're expecting big things over there at Kings Park. And like I said, League 5 is always exciting for me as a personal stake, because I've been there a couple of different times. So it's always fun to see that, but the leagues have taken a new shape this year. So we'll be looking to do another preview, two different previews on Thursday. I'm going to reach out to those coaches now who said they could come on or interested in coming on. And again, I apologize to Jimmy Jordan that my technology here on Telling It Like It Is didn't work, but since it is Telling It Like It Is, I got to confess it didn't work out, so that's on me. But Jimmy made the yeoman's effort, and the League 5 is going to be fun this year, and some great players out there. And it's definitely a deep league from top to bottom, and should be hotly contested at the top. And like I said, that's only 2 of the A leagues have been covered. We still got League 6 to talk about, which is also loaded. So the East this year is going to be a trip. It is going to be very exciting. I'm really going to be exciting Suffolk County basketball season, and that's why I wanted to do this. And hopefully we'll get some. Again, check us out on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you got us. Instagram, it's fun. Just let us know what you think, and if you have something you want to talk about and sports-wise, we'd love to have you on. We do different kinds of shows every week, football shows and things like that, but I really wanted to do this preview for Suffolk County basketball and try to get draw up some interest, and it's a lot of fun. So again, we'll be seeing you down the road, and have a good night.